The king of Gauda had only one son. From birth, the prince was adored by his parents and the entire court. 8 caretakers were assigned to fulfill his every wish, and musicians constantly played music for him. As he grew older, the prince became deeply captivated by the sound of the tambura. When he was old enough to play the vīṇā, he immersed himself completely in its music, so much so that he neglected food and sleep. This worried the king, queen, and ministers. The prince is the rightful heir to the throne. He must learn to govern the kingdom, they lamented. We must stop his obsession with the vīṇā. They summoned the accomplished master Vinapa, hoping he could help. The prince greatly admired this holy man. Upon meeting him, he bowed and circumambulated him, and the two sat down to talk sincerely about the deeper questions of life. Vinapa quickly realized that the prince was a vessel suitable for spiritual practice and asked him if he wished to engage in a tantric path to enlightenment. "My path is music, noble yogi," replied the prince. "My mind is filled with the vīṇā, and my heart is enchanted by the sound of the tambura. If there is a Buddhist path that allows me to keep making music, I will follow it without hesitation." The guru assured him, "If you have the right motivation and devotion, I can teach you a spiritual path through music." Vinapa gave the prince the empowerment of the flow of the mature and immature mind and instructed him in meditation.
Meditate on the sounds made by the instrument. Do not distinguish between the music and the mind's perception of it. Stop the mind's interference with sound. Abandon all concepts, criticism, and judgments. Simply behold the purity of sound itself.
For 9 years, the prince practiced diligently, purifying the defilements that obstructed pure perception. He beheld the inner light, glowing like a butter lamp, and attained realization of the Great Seal, Mahamudra. Spiritual powers, such as clairvoyance, naturally arose in the flow of his awareness. He became known as the Great Yogi, Vinapa, guiding countless beings in Magadha toward liberation from the cycle of rebirth with boundless skillful means. When a master of the vīṇā and a master of the tabla are fully attuned and play in perfect unity, the unstruck sound may suddenly ring in the listener's ears. This is why the music is considered sacred, and this experience is its ultimate purpose. Vinapa mastered the vīṇā's complexity, its tones, melodies, rhythms, and techniques. This mastery reflects his generation's stage realization. The completion stage lies in overcoming mental habits that obstruct pure perception of sound, such as conceptualizing, judging, comparing, or critiquing. The unstruck sound, nada, is the sound of silence, the resonance of emptiness. It is the absolute sound, the potential behind all sounds, heard or unheard. In this state, the sense of self dissolves into spacious awareness. Through the boundless dispersion of the unstruck sound, the musician's ego vanishes into space. However, if one only faintly hears this sound without deep realization, attachment to psychic powers may instead reinforce the ego.